What's up? This is your boy Stove. I got a special episode of NERDSEXY today. I got one of my favorite producers, songwriters, guitar player, movie star, director, actor. I can say about 20 more things, but we be here all night talking about this dude. You know what I'm saying? Before we get started, because I'm going to tell y'all, the first time I ever seen this dude, I got to tell this story, right? I go to this, it's a place called Eastside Lounge, which is now owned by Drez the Beatnik, you know, big up to Drez. I go to Eastside Lounge, and, you know, I walk in there, and this band is about to go on. I'm looking, I'm like, okay, they got all these instruments, but they don't have a drummer. That's interesting. They pull out an old school stereo, one of them one and all joints with the CD player and the 2 tape decks, right? The tape deck was what was the drummer. It was insane. It was the craziest shit. It was the craziest thing I ever saw. I was like, what is this? But it was so dope. It blew my mind. I remember sitting there like, they really using the tape deck as the drummer. This is the craziest thing I ever seen. So with that being said, you know, grand prize winners from last year. Yeah. The great Believe is in the building, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got to put some sounds and stuff in there, man. Thank you for coming. We've been trying to do this for a minute, man. I appreciate you for pulling up, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Every time, man. Every time.
You know, how you been, man?
We brothers, man. You know, we brothers in this thing, man.
You know
we've been up and down this thing, man.
They don't even know, man. We got songs in the basket. Gonna put some new ones. They don't know.
Shows, studios.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, man.
After parties.
Wait.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Nah, man.
I don't recall the after parties. It's good to see you too, brother, man. It's been too long, man. So what I like to do sometimes is go back. So let's go back to the Believe backstory. Where you from? You know what I'm saying? Okay. I know some of this stuff, but they don't know. You know, they don't know. You know?
Okay, so I'm originally from Columbia, South Carolina, born and raised, and early, like fresh out of high school, I hit the road and moved to New Jersey, and started making music, man, like straight out the gate. I got my first job was with Sylvia Robinson.
Oh, wow.
She started the first rap label ever. If you never heard of Sylvia Robinson, check her out. Sugar Hill Gang, Sugar Hill Records. So yeah, she gave me my first check that said rapper on it, and then I was working in her studio. I was working with my producer at the time. His name was Willpower. I was just rapping, and he was making my tracks. But
okay.
He had done a lot. He had an independent label in South Carolina. He was in the Source. So I sought him out. We started working together. Ended up in New Jersey. He got a production deal, and basically I got my deal at the same time. And yeah, man, we would just spend our days working in the studio. And then somebody was like, yeah, don't spend your days working in the studio. Come in here at night, because that's when everybody's here. Mm-hmm. So we started spending our nights in the studio. Okay. And that's when we started meeting.
Now, this Sugar Hill Studios?
This is Sugar Hill Studios in Teaneck, New Jersey, right across the bridge from Manhattan. And literally, like, you know, it was a studio everybody was using at the time. Like, I met the Locks and Stephanie Mills and Redman. And, I mean, the whole industry was using the studio. At the time. So it was dope, man. It was dope being there and getting that experience at a young age. And it was kind of like, all right, this is what I want to do.
Okay. And that's all you've ever done, right?
I did. I've had a couple, like, you know, I guess you would call them like counseling jobs for like homeless kids, because I had an experience when I was younger, when I've been on my own, and I felt like I had something to offer. Yeah, music has just kind of always been what I did, man.
Okay. So how long were you in New Jersey? How long was that?
I was in Jersey I spent a year in New Jersey, and then I moved to Chicago for 2 years and worked for a label there, and did my first project, my first solo project. And
see, I gotta hear this. You gonna have to share.
Yeah. Well, you know, this is like what early 2000s.
I don't even care. I want to hear that.
Yeah, we can go back to the throwback.
But
then I moved to Atlanta, man. I moved to Atlanta and started my band, and you know the rest is history, man.
Okay, like, so the origin. So y'all, what year did y'all actually start? We talking about grand prize winners last year, because these is, I mean, y'all dudes did. I mean,
yeah. So we started in the in the last frost of 2007.
Okay.
we formed. I would say we formed. I don't know if like we hadn't really done any like official shows. I don't even think we had instruments at that time. Like we literally went out and all bought our instruments. None of us had played in a band before or anything like that.
So you were just picking up the guitar in 2007.
I rapped. I rapped.
Uh-huh.
And everybody else made beats.
Okay.
So I was getting beats from No Name. I was getting beats from Slaughter. I was getting beats from these guys. They were producers that I knew. And then I was working on a project, and I was like, "Yo, why don't we like nigga, you play the trumpet, right? You know what I'm saying? And don't you do this? Like, why don't you do this on the tracks?" And then when I got ready to take the tracks out, it was just like, "Yo, I feel silly like rapping over all this live stuff. Like, just bring the horn and just come do it." And they had never like performed on stage. Like, they used their instruments on tracks before, but they had never like gone on stage with theirs. It was
really.
They were just producers, man. It was just like, go on stage. What are you talking about? Yeah. So yeah,
so probably around the time I saw y'all the first time, that was really y'all's first time together.
2007. That was like one of the first shows, man. Yeah, that you saw. Wow. So it was like when we because that like I remember because we
wow.
Me and No Name went and bought, like, he bought his guitar and he bought his bass and his amp the same day I bought my guitar and my amp. And we just like started learning how to play them together, like in a room together in No Name studio.
My mind is blown right now.
and we had a drummer for like one show, and then he didn't show up, and he was just like, "Okay, well, we're just gonna bring the house stereo and just and that'll be our drummer, and we're just gonna rock."
Wow. I mean, that is crazy.
We wanted to do it. When you got a passion for something, and you can see yourself doing it. You got to see it.
Right. Man, I just want you to know, under here, my head just blew, like it just blew up. You know what I'm saying?
None of us had ever been in a band before.
Really?
So it was just like Grand Prize Winners was all of our first time doing anything like that.
So when did you start singing then? Or were you singing the whole time?
Grand Prize Winners. The last frost of 2007.
Man, because one of my favorite songs, I'm dead serious, Electric Blue is one of my favorite songs.
Thank you, bro.
I mean, when I'm talking about, like, if I did a mix and somebody said you can only put 50 songs that you like, this is it, you'll never be able to listen to another song, Electric Blue would probably be like 15 or 16.
Bro,
in there.
Thank you.
I'm serious about it.
Like
100 Million Lights to
literally, it's something that I always wanted to do, but I was a real hip hop dude coming up, and I think it took being in a position to where like no genre applied.
Yeah.
Where it left me like, okay, well, I could do anything then. What I mean?
And see, that's the thing with all this stuff, because even I know Slaughter, shout to Slaughter, he put out, like, it was a jazz thing. I listened to it. I was like, dang, and it was killer.
Yeah, each one of us comes from a different background in music, and would make totally different albums if we made them on our own.
Right.
Which is what makes it interesting to work with the guys, because we never know what it's gonna sound like, because nobody has the reins. It's just like, all right, you got an idea, we'll start there, and then everybody add what they gonna add, but everybody's coming from a different place. None of us are like, all right, well, yeah, we all love Iggy Pop, so let's do an Iggy Pop kind of thing. Yeah, like, all of us like different stuff. We all listening to different stuff at any given time. So now, during this time, are you starting to take on production too? Is that when your production started? What you doing? I picked up a little bit from Willpower, like the producer I got signed with when I was working in Jersey with him. Like, he's the first one to kind of show me how to use an MPC. So I always kind of played around with it, but I never considered myself a producer. And even on the first project, it was more like, I'll play guitar on these tracks, but they made the majority of the tracks. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of added my thing and did vocals. But Yeah, we just threw ideas around, man. Like if somebody had a drum beat and it was interesting, or if somebody had a accordion that day, and we try to make something out of that. But there was no, it's
Just
all
kinda,
of us wrote and all of us produced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, some of us wrote a little more and others produced a little more, but we all dabbled in
Yeah.
both sides of it.
and then y'all did, because y'all did the Roots picnic.
Yeah,
Y'all did some
yep.
touring too, right?
Yeah, we did a lot of touring, man. Like we just kind of like put ourselves on the road and would take a show wherever somebody would give us a show.
Right.
Our first show in New York, I remember we played a place in Brooklyn called Goodbye Blue Monday. And he was just like, I can't pay y'all, but, you know, if you come up here, we'll pass the tip bucket. So I was like, all right, cool. We jumped in the van, drove up there, did the show, made a bunch of money, sold a bunch of CDs, and then like a couple months later, a guy from Rolling Stone magazine did an article on us. And,
Really? Yeah.
And we found it online. Like we were Googling our name and came up, and we found the writer. J. Edward Keys was the writer. We found him on Facebook. We're like, yo, how did you hear about us? He's like, oh, I saw y'all in Brooklyn that night, and I bought one of your CDs. I didn't say nothing to you, but y'all were dope.
Whoa.
So it's just like, you know, stuff like that happens when you just kind of go out there, man, and chase your dream. So from that point, it's like, okay, well, yeah,
bro, we can talk
anywhere
about
we can go and get on the stage, we going. If
what's the
stuff
craziest,
like that happens.
What's your craziest thing on while you was on the road? What's crazy?
What's the rating on this show? What do you
Go and talk about it.
No,
Talk about it.
Nah, I'll give a wow.
Protect the innocent and the guilty.
Yeah, I'll protect the innocent and the guilty. But no, I think Jacksonville, Florida. We were in Jacksonville, Florida, and
It's always crazy down
I
there.
literally saw the biggest brawl I ever seen in my life, man. In Jacksonville, like when anybody talks about like New York and people that like to fight, I'm like, yo, nobody likes to fight like Jacksonville, Florida.
Every time in that area, like going down that way,
Bro.
I always see crazy stuff.
It was a spot called Jack Rabbits. Jack Rabbits had a live venue on one side, and then on the other side, it was like a college club. So
We played there too. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Look,
I know exactly.
The night we played there,
we
we playing the live venue side,
right.
with like some hippie, like real hippie, like college looking guys. You know what I'm saying? Like some Caucasian guys. They was like real, like just looked like they was about to go to class. You know what I'm saying? The next day, and like, you know, was vegans and, you know, looked like good guys, man. And we played the show, we finished, and like I'm walking with one of the guys and we just talking, chatting. We walk over to the other side, you know, and the club is letting out on the other side.
Right.
And it's like, you know, they just had a rave and it was college night. So the whole college football team, you know, they had a party bus. The party bus pulls up in front of the club, right? You could see like a bunch of drunk college football
Just
husky
the
guys,
frat type,
husky
the frat-
types.
yeah,
College football team looked like the college football team was there.
Yeah.
Spilling out until it's just the parking lot is full of people, but you notice these guys because they big. All the security from Jack Rabbits has come out in the club, so I guess, you know, make sure everybody's clearing the parking lot. All the security's out there, the owners out there, standing behind the security. There's one guy. He came stumbling up to us. He was like, yo, man, look at this receipt. They charged me $1,000 for 2 drinks. I swear to God, I'm like, yo, bro, that was messed up. You know what I'm saying? He just kept stumbling around telling people this. So his homies came to get him to put him on the bus. He's like, yo, man, come on, man, don't worry about that. He was like, nah, F the owner, F everybody, F the security, F everybody. The owner's like, okay, yeah. All right, go ahead, man, get out of here. His buddies, man, they take him around the bus, right? So the owner's on this side of the bus. They take him around this side of the bus. They putting him on the bus. They got him on the stairs. He takes his last drink that he had in his hand, and chunks it over the bus, right? Boom. Hits one of the security guards. Bruh, at that point, it's like the whole college football team and the whole security squad start just going at, bro. They going at it. The whole parking lot.
Wow.
And it's like it erupts into like, okay, these two girls that was just standing over here talking, now they fighting. This dude over here that was just chilling with the cane, he fighting. The dude, the bus driver, he fight. I'm talking about, bro. I never seen like you know in the movies.
Yeah.
When they in the bar and one dude
The whole
hits a dude with a
barroom
chair,
brawl
and
break
then
out.
5 seconds later, everybody's fighting. It's like everybody had a problem that night. Bruh, I've never seen.
I bet you wish you had your camera phone ready.
Bro, I
too
promise. Fast. I was coming around the thing, leaving the show. The whole band is in the van on the other side, parked on the side. Right. They don't even know this is happening. We came around the other side, and the dude I'm standing with from the band we just played with earlier, he literally looks at me and is like, "Yo, hey man, my buddy Jeff's he's over there fighting, man. I gotta go." He hauls and dives into the melee, and I'm like, "Yo!" Now I'm just standing there by myself watching. Everybody is fighting, bro.
Especially if you was the only pep in the salt shaker,
bro. Listen, and they going at it like, bro, like the hood, like the worst hood, bro, I've seen in my life. But he left me, bro. I'm like, and so I stood there for like 5 seconds, trying to take it all in, and then I was like, bro, where's my band? Like they have to see this. I ran to the van. Got everybody. It's like, yo, bro, y'all are missing the biggest brawl ever. They in the van sleep like this. Like, you know, where Believe at so we can go. I'm like, bro, if y'all around this corner right now, it's the biggest brawl you ever seen in your life.
People, you know what people think? Because, you know, especially, you know, with Heavy Mojo, you know, shout out to my brothers. We were mostly touring with, you know, rock bands and stuff. You know, Fishbone was probably the only people color we ever actually toured with. Right. Everybody else would always be miscellaneous stuff. People don't know the craziness you will see when you, man, one time me and B, I can't remember what city it was right now. I have to ask B, but we were outside selling merch, right?
Yeah.
Dude comes up, he's clearly drunk, and he's trying to get in without paying. The owners of this club were like, if they weren't in the mafia, they looked like it. The dude looked like Anthony Soprano. He's big, huge guy. He was like, "Oh, no, man, you're not getting here free. Where's your ticket?" He was like, "My boy got it." He said, "Well, use your little cell phone, call your boy, and he can come and get you." He was like, "Man, you know, the dude get all in the," and he was like, "Oh, you know, big." I mean, it's a big guy. This was not. We talking about a guy had in his 50s, you know, no neck, just big guy. Right. He takes out, not joking, man, I swear, you call B, he'll tell you the same story. Pulls out a Desert Eagle, sits it on the table in front of me and B. He goes, "You guys watch that for me. I'm going to go clean this." The exact words, he said, "I'm going to go clean this jack off real quick. Just sit here." I'm dead ass right now. Dead ass. He beats this dude senseless. I mean, like, beats him. The mafia guy just, like, do.
Easy, and light work.
2 cops sitting on the cop car, like not even caring. He comes back, picks up the Desert Eagle. He looks at me and B. He's like, "Hey, thanks, guys. You know, sometimes you got to clean these guys up. You know, they don't know how to act." He pulls out $400. He hands $200 to B, $200 to me. He said, "Hey, guys, don't you spend that money, though. You understand? You want anything, you come and get me. You know, we'll get you dinner and all that. Get you, you know, they had an adult entertainment. That's on the other side. You come and get me. I'm going to get you in there. You better not spend a coin. Don't spend any of your money, okay? Thanks, guys."
Your money's no good here.
Yeah. The dude was still on the ground trying to he just got beat. And nobody, he just went off into the night. And legit, it was 2 cops sitting on their car, never moved an inch to help, didn't do anything, didn't stop it. They were just sitting there like, never said a word. Not, wow. I mean, not even, they didn't even, just looked at him walking away into the night and just kept doing what they was doing. And what was crazy about it, I don't know if you ever seen the Desert Eagle in real life.
Yeah.
That's a cannon. Yeah. That's not a handgun. Yeah. That's a cannon.
There's nothing you carry around unless you're carrying it around for a specific reason.
Bruh.
There's nothing you just leisurely throw in the bag.
You know what I'm saying? I'm years removed away. Perhaps I did fracture the law when I was young, but I was years removed away. You know what I'm saying? I don't recall. You know what I'm saying?
My memory's gone bad.
No, I don't remember nothing about that.
All of a sudden, my memory's gone bad.
I don't recall. So now back to that. Back to y'all. So now you started to get into production by yourself, because I've been to your studio. I mean, of course we talking about your story, but so you got into production yourself because you produced some major things. You know what I'm saying?
I just a studio rat, man. Like I've just always wanted to make music, and make music with different artists and make different music with different vocalists that I find interesting, people who I like their sound and I think can bring something to the table. And then, you know, working with my heroes, you know what I'm saying? Like people I grew up listening to. If I get an opportunity to do that, like I jump on those too. But yeah, man, I'm a studio guy, and if people come to me and think I can help them make their stuff better, I try to do my best.
Yeah, and then, you know, so this wasn't even too long ago. This is over Thanksgiving. My daughter and me at my dad's house.
Yeah.
The Bobby Brown movie come on. You know what I'm saying? And I know, now I can tell, I can say it, because now they can. I said, that's my boy right there. They like, you always act like you know everybody. I said, that's my dude right there. So how did that come about? Where you ended up in because you were in New Edition and Bobby Brown, right?
I'm just in the Bobby Brown story, but I'm on. I was at every show Bobby did, from the Don't Be Cruel tour to the night he found out Whitney died.
Really? Yeah, but you were in the band, right? You were prominently seen. Because
I'm the guitar player in the band, and I'm there in pretty much all the backstage scenes, and that was fun. Like it was fun because like I didn't have to audition or kind of go through a lot of the things a lot of the actors on the set had to go through. They were looking for somebody that could actually play the guitar. And a friend of mine was just like, yo, you fit the look, show up here for rehearsal. So I got to work with Fatima Robinson, because she was there kind of choreographing the dancers, because she was actually one of Bobby's dancers. So she was doing the choreography, and we had to rehearse with the dancers. So yeah, it was fun working with her, like before we even got to shoot. And then it came time to shoot, and we got there. And you really don't know when you're kind of like, you know, the musicians. You don't know where they're going to put you. But we got a trailer. Like, it was cool, man. Like, they hooked us up, and they took care of us and treated us like part of the cast. Woody was cool, and he did a great job.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like,
definitely.
You know.
He killing it on Power, too, right now.
Oh, yeah. Like,
you wouldn't think he was a comedian watching Power.
He's the homie, man. Yeah. He's so funny, bro, and just had us rolling like every day. Bobby was there every day. Okay. Kind of, you know, just overseeing things, because that was Bobby's project. Like, a lot of people don't know, Bobby put the money up to get that made, and then BET took over and like purchased it from him. But him, Jesse Collins, like, they're the ones that really put that together. They did an amazing job.
Oh yeah, it definitely was.
And
it was definitely.
Yeah, Jesse's doing the awards now, BET Awards, and I mean,
you know, and by chance, this is totally by chance. I actually have on my BET shirt. You know, we did we were doing shout to social change and Black Voters Matter, Tasha, all of them. We were doing that last year. Yeah. We were, you know, filming for that last year, so got to work with BET a little bit. You know, it was cool. Nice. It was still cool. It was dope. So you so now, you know, you got to give yourself some flowers. So just tell us a couple of people you produce. We got to talk about everybody. Well, let's give you some flowers.
Folks I work with closely, like Diamond D is somebody I work with closely. I work with Quando Rondo and No Cap. I work with Big Boy in the studio. I work with Too Short. I work with Mike Epps. I actually recorded track with Too Short and Mike Epps.
Wow, now that's
yeah, I produced a track for them, and I executive produced an album called Scatterbrain that had Slim Thug and Jagged Edge and Warren G and just a bunch of cats on there, man. Daz Dillinger, we had a bunch of folks on there. I've been blessed, man, and able to work with like a lot of the folks that I looked up to and grew up listening to. I've been lucky, you know. I've shot videos for members of Goody Mob, and I mixed tracks for T.I. I mean,
that's what I'm saying, man. You gotta get yourself some flowers.
Yeah,
I know you're.
I've been working, man. I
know you're humble, but come on, man. I mean,
I've been working.
You doing some major stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I was like, that's my dude on the screen right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that dude right there. You know.
It was a blessing. It was definitely a blessing. You know, I and then you know, I've been blessed a couple more times to be on TV. I was on American Soul. I was on
you was I
Growing
was just
Up Hip Hop.
yeah.
So yeah, man. I mean, Growing
You
Up
were
Hip
like
Hop just
DJing on
showed
Growing Up.
Growing Up Hip Hop just showed up in my studio one night. It
Really?
was like, yo, I got a session tonight. Lily from SWV's coming through. So I'm thinking I'm just recording her. Like I'm thinking she just come through and I'm produce a track for her. But yeah, she showed up with a whole camera crew. And it was like, yeah, okay. We're actually shooting tonight, and yeah, we're going to put all these lights in here. You're going to sign this waiver, and, you know, she's going to come in, but then she's going to leave and come back in, and we're going to film it and just be natural and have a session with her.
So what we saw on TV wasn't the actual session. That was just...
Yeah, that was the actual session.
Really?
We just did a session. But when she originally showed up, they came in the room and like, okay, we got to put some lights in here because our studio, you know, studio lights dark. So they took a few minutes to set up. So they were like, okay, leave and come back, but we're gonna put some more lights in here, and then she's gonna leave and come back. So yeah, she left and came back, and then we started the session. It was dope experience, man. Like I said, I mean
that's classic,
totally
man. You talking about a legendary
unexpected.
artist.
Yeah, just totally unexpected. Like I just like, okay, we're producing a track tonight. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm shooting a TV show tonight.
That's where it should be, though, man. I mean, you know, a day in the life of Believe. You know what I'm saying?
You never know what can happen.
Yeah, never. So what's your new projects coming? It might be something by Stone too. What's the other projects?
Yeah. I'll definitely be working on something with Stone. Grand prize winners from last year. We're gonna put out another album. We just dropped a Christmas album.
I got that actually.
We're gonna put out a new album this year, 2022. And I'm working on a project called Thick as Thieves with a LA producer by the name of 60 Hertz.
Okay.
It's more synthwave, like electronic.
I like it already.
We're just gonna do it
I'm
as
pulling
a
up
duo.
to the studio. I'm pulling up.
So yeah, I'm working on that with him. We've been back and forth between Atlanta and LA, working on some tracks that Jeremy Dawson from Shiny Toy Guns is mixing and mastering for us now. So between here and he's in LA and Jeremy's in New York, like we kind of just been shuffling stuff around. But the first couple singles will be out next month, and then we'll probably have a visual out to go with it too. And then we're gonna get a feature from Stone.
You ain't got to say no more to me, pimp. You tell me what day to pull up. I'll be there early. You say 2, I'll be out there 1:45.
And then I need you on my solo joint, man. Working on the joint. It's just everything is 80s based.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, it's all
I got 2
80s.
words. Say less. It's already done. You know what I'm saying?
We're sticking to that era. You know what I'm saying? So,
I can't wait to see you this stuff. I got some. Oh boy.
Yeah. So we're gonna do our 80s thing. And
like pimps do. Talk shit, swallow spit. That's it.
That'll be out in a few months.
Right.
And then we working on Scatterbrain too, man. The sequel to the original Scatterbrain, and we already got Rick Ross and oh man, like.
Yeah, we got to film him too this year, last year. Cool,
E40,
brother. Man.
A host of other brothers, on there. Yeah,
wow.
So that's cool, man. Yeah.
E40 Fonzarelli.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You know, he's got to get on anything that has to do with pimp life.
Yeah,
you got to put some E40 on there.
It's man. The Yay area. Have y'all been to the Yay, to the Bay Area, right?
Come on, man.
You've been to.
Come on, man. I'm still trying to put cats on the E40. You know who you is,
man. Listen,
like, man, Yay area, man.
You know,
he the only one. Right, sprinkle me.
I go back from back then. Sprinkle me.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Sprinkle me.
You know what I mean? Don't buy a $30,000 car before you buy a house.
Right.
They don't know, boy.
Come on, man.
A lot of what's crazy on we talking about E40. The majority of slang from a whole period of hip hop came from him. People don't give him his credit. They be, oh man, I'm like, man, if you go back and actually listen. All the player hater, all of that stuff, all that came from him. If you listen to an E40 album, you talking about game on the album.
He makes up lingo and others take his lingo up.
Real spill. I took that from him. Real spill. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I love the E40, man.
His credit, man.
Man, I used to bump the E40 like crazy. They say you got it all. I love the way the players ball. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I respect the West Coast rappers because they still try to be original and push. The boundaries of style, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not too many West Coast rappers that sound just alike.
No, because like when you hear like when you hear E40,
You don't
I
hear
mean,
Too Short.
no,
You
you
don't
don't hear
hear
that at all.
Sugar Free.
No, you
You
don't
don't
hear
hear
MC8.
You don't hear Snoop.
No,
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
no.
So
Actually,
yeah.
even in the Death Row camp, them dudes really
Nah,
nobody
they
tried
was
to
all
sound like
different.
Snoop until he was gone out and he left. That's a whole different thing. But like
Right.
Snoop, I mean, Death Row at one point. I mean, you had Corrupt, you had
Shout out to Snoop for getting Death Row back.
Man, yeah, ain't that dope, man?
Yeah.
Ain't that dope? So he
That's
really
crazy.
can say Death Row is the label that pays me. He owns it. You know what I'm saying? Whoa. That's huge,
Nah, that's crazy.
man.
That's great, man.
You know
that's
what I'm
great
saying?
news.
That's huge.
Who else should have it?
Oh.
You know?
I thought Dre would have bought it. Honestly, I thought Dre would. I guess he got so much now.
I think
he don't
the
care.
bad blood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
Come on, man. What he did after that, it's like.
Yeah, I mean he's accomplished so much, but I
Right.
just would think, you know what I'm saying, like,
Right.
because a lot. I mean, most people want to be on Death Row to get a Dre track. I mean, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know,
Right.
because
Yeah, he was the sound.
yeah.
He was the sound. He created the sound.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So other than those projects, you have any film stuff that's coming up we need to be looking out for?
Oh man, I'm working on a TV series that I'm actually directing and writing, co-writing. It's called La Familia, and we've been shooting that. Well, half of it has been shot in Atlanta, and the other half is shot in Mexico. So we've been between here and Mexico, like Mexico, Bacalar, Chetumal, Tulum. We shot some in Tulum at the ruins. But yeah, I'm writing and directing that series, and I'm writing and directing a movie in 2 months. It's gonna be called Wrong Cabin.
Can I be assistant or something? Can I come?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
come
saying?
on, man.
I'll go get some coffee or
Let's
something.
do it.
Something. God.
Yeah, it's a black horror film. It's gonna
Oh.
be starring a young actor named Tyree Edwards,
Okay,
who was in he was in How High 2.
Okay.
He's in a new movie called Super Cool that comes out on Saturday. It's
Okay.
got Damon Wayans in it.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
yeah, he's doing major things. And so he's taking up the leading role, and then we got a couple other fine actors that I work with on the series that are gonna be taking up the supporting roles, man. So yeah, we got that on the way.
Oh.
Yeah, man. I'm stepping into writing and directing more, along with the other things I do. I just try to make stuff every day.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's crazy, man, because like I told you, like lately, creatively, I've been at it again. Like
Right.
usually what I do is take Sunday, clear my day out, and all I do is create all day. So it's like, you know, a big inspiration just seeing you. I'm like, man, my boy is all across the country. He all
Man.
in other countries.
Trying to do it big.
I was like,
man.
is
Big
this
as I can
dude
do it.
in front of a pyramid? What the hell?
I'm trying to get in front of as many pyramids as I can get in
I
front
said,
of.
God,
Yeah.
I got to step it up.
Nah,
boy.
I went to Egypt and climbed up into the Great Pyramid,
That's what I'm saying.
and I got pyramid addicted.
Word. I bet that was beautiful though. I mean,
Nah,
all
I
jokes aside,
Bro, Egypt is amazing. Anybody that can get a chance to go, you should go.
Yeah.
Ride the camel, take the camel ride to the pyramids. Go to the Egyptian museum, see our history, because a lot of what they don't tell us is like our history is still there for us to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I was there, I went to the Egyptian museum that exists now, but they're building a larger one on the Giza Plateau, and there's a big effort to kind of get a lot of the Egyptian antiquities back from other
that needs to happen
in Europe and other places where they got shipped off to. But yeah, I went to the museum in Egypt, man, and saw they have a room in there where you can go and see like pharaohs, like, you know, actually see their mummies,
right?
And they have them in order, like, you know, he reigned and ruled in this period, and then his son is right there, he reigned and ruled in this period.
Wow.
And they're from this dynasty, and you can see them, and they're preserved. I'm talking about they had hair, teeth,
really,
nails, like, bro, I'm talking about
that's
preserved,
blowing, bro.
and they're in the room in glass cases. King Tut is actually in his tomb, in his original tomb, in a glass case. So it's like seeing history. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
you think in your mind, because growing up you see this like a myth. You don't think you
right.
know. You hear the names,
right? But we can actually go see them. We're probably the only, you know, peoples who have their history preserved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we can go see,
that's
the
now
rulers
I gotta go to.
from,
Now I gotta. I'm
from
telling
those
you, I said,
dynasties, bruh.
my G.
You can't
is
go
in-
see King Louis. You know what I'm
No,
saying? King Louis is
No, that's
Huey
it.
Dewey.
I was
But
Kablooey,
you
whatever.
can go, but,
Yeah,
you,
I'm
but
saying.
they preserved them, bro. They
Word.
preserved them for that reason, for
Yeah.
us to be able to go and see them all these
Man,
years
because
later.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
the real spill. I mean, E45's real spill. I mean, I was like, this dude is on the pyramid.
Oh man, yeah.
I'm
so-
thinking, I'm thinking way too.
So then I
small.
gotta go compare the pyramid because I'm like, is the one in Egypt just like the one in Mexico?
right.
And Chichen Itza, are they alike? Hey, you know what I mean? So
Because
yeah,
they're
then you get
all
on the
aligned.
pyramid quest. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Then
They're
you get
all aligned
on the
you know?
equator. Yep.
So it's like it's interesting to see both of those. You
So
know,
then
I've
you-
seen the one in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Again, I was young, I was stupid. You know, we used to sneak because I used to live in Vegas. You know, went to high school in Vegas. But you know, a couple of the homies be like, "Hey man, we gonna sneak, we gonna drive through."
I
the
definitely
night."
seen the pyramid in Vegas.
Yeah.
Luxor. I seen
Oh,
that.
that's a whole different
I seen
thing.
that one.
Oh yeah, no, we stuck in there too. But that's yeah. But yeah, we went to actual Mexico. We used to
Yeah.
see, and seeing that in person, man, you like, how did they
Bro,
do this from
now-
back then? You know what I'm saying?
Go to Egypt
Mm-hmm.
because that one
Mm-hmm. Blow
it's,
your mind.
it's so huge.
Uh-huh.
It's like the one in Mexico, like it just dwarfs it, bro. Like
Really?
bro, it's so huge,
Wow,
bro.
that thing
It's
to
so,
me, I thought the
bro,
one in Mexico.
It's so massive, bro.
Really?
Like standing, looking up at it, you can't
Mhm.
even see where it ends. It's
Ooh.
bro, like it, bro.
Bruh.
I can't even,
Bruh.
bruh. When I
Well,
say
I'm glad to
it's
see that.
big, man,
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about the stones.
And you,
is
but you
bigger
went there
than-
were you working or you were there for just vacation? You just
Bro, I went to see the pyramids,
Okay,
bro. Like,
okay.
I ain't go for no other reason. This was the first time probably I wasn't, like, there working.
right.
Yeah, that was a trip I had to just,
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's my hobby is, history and
that's
ancient wisdom and occultism and magic and all that good stuff, man. I get into it.
yeah, and you know something, because a lot of times, from the perspective I have is our history, especially people a lot of times, and consider it is Black History Month right now. A lot of people think that we started it's like slavery.
Start
then
some slavery,
but
and then
that's not even
right, bro.
You know, you got to learn
That's why I
about
say
the
you gotta go.
Moors. You got to learn about Hannibal. There's so much
Bruh.
stuff you can learn about. You know what I mean? It's like people really need to
when
get
you
out there.
walk in and they show you the first zoo,
Mhm.
and they're like, "Hey, man, this is the first zoo." It's like, man, they didn't tell us that.
No,
It's like,
no.
nah, but here it is right here
No, it's just
in
like,
Egypt. This
yeah,
is the first zoo.
yeah.
Oh,
It's just like when you
Dang.
see Africa in movies, it's like nothing but bush and wildlife. But then
Right.
when you see Africa, like now that we have different social media, and you see people in Africa, you like they look way
Right.
better than what they trying to tell us. Because
Right.
it's a lady that I cannot think of her name off the top of my head. But it's a lady. She does like these uplifting things. And one day she was just walking down the street, and she was like, "This is really African." I was like, "Why don't we see that?"
right.
You know what I mean?
And they act like we're behind, but I'm talking about some of the things that they've done over there. Like they've moved entire temples, like temples that were cut into the rock face, because the water level has risen over time. They're like, okay, we're not gonna lose this history.
Right.
They cut the whole rock out and moved the whole temple up, bro. Like they moved the whole temple in pieces.
Yeah.
Like
See,
I'm
now
talking
I
about,
gotta
bro.
go for real.
Like, look, bro. Like I mean, like this temple wasn't here before; it was down there. Like, how did they move it in pieces? They cut it in pieces and put it back together up here perfectly. Like, nah.
Shit. I got to hit him with the Clay Davis. Shit. I got to go now. You just made me
Massive, man.
Okay,
It's
that's
massive.
it.
It's massive. The Avenue of the Sphinxes, all these things we never heard about. It's just what they were doing back then was on another level, man. Like it was clearly on another level.
That's it, bro. You so I'm gonna have to go on.
Come
the
on,
little
man. Let's
trip,
go.
Let's do.
I'm going with you if you're going.
Shit, we doing
It's-
this shoe, boy. We
It's
gonna
a
do that
hop and a
this
skip
year.
from Greece. I'll be in Greece this year. I'll be in Greece. I'll be in London.
London, man. I'm gonna tell you something. It took everything in me not to move to London. It took everything in me.
It took everything in me not to move to Paris.
See, I haven't been to Paris yet. I haven't been to Paris. Now I did. You know what I did? I was on the train.
Don't go to Paris.
Why?
Because you're gonna come back to Atlanta and be like, oh my God, America is ugly. America is the ugliest girl. If you want to keep loving your wife, you don't go get a bad mistress. I'm just saying, Paris is my favorite city, man. They designed that city for beauty. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like every building looks like, you know, the prince lived there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's the most beautiful place I've ever
I'm gonna
been.
have to. Yeah. Okay. So you know what, man? We're gonna have to.
Let's slide.
We're gonna have to break some bread and talk about making one of these trips, bro. Because listen,
I went to Nice first,
mm-hmm.
and I took a train into Paris. But I went to Nice. You know, I went to Nice.
Prince.
Yeah. Of course. Come on, man.
So you went to go
Under
see
the
it?
cherry
Yeah,
moon.
exactly.
Under
Come
the
on
cherry
now, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the few people I actually like Under Cherry Moon better than I like Purple.
Oh no. Come on, you're not one of the only people.
Yeah. Okay.
You not in this room.
Oh, okay. Because Purple
Not
Rain
in this
is.
room.
I mean, Purple Rain is a classic. But for me, if I'm gonna sit and watch one and I just pull us something up, that's the one I'm actually gonna watch.
Senior skip day. My high school, I had 5 dudes and 4 females in my crib watching Under the Cherry Moon. That's what we did for skip day. I said, no, we ain't doing nothing else. We watching this. Everybody like, what are we watching? What is this? What is happening?
Why is it in black and white? Why?
We supposed to be listening to Goody Mob and smoking weed. What are we watching? What's going on?
Man, because that movie is so, him and Jerome too funny. You know what I'm saying?
Too funny.
That movie had me.
That
movie still. The only thing I wish they had done different was let him live.
They can't let him live.
If they had let him live.
Then we don't get the mountains video at the end with him floating in the clouds.
Yeah,
come on, man. Come on, man. That was the best ending credits in the history of movies.
I love, man.
What other ending credits?
You got a point. I can't argue your point. But I tell you this. I did not know the words to Mountains until about 3 years ago, bro. I've been listening to that song all my life.
What did you think he was saying?
I have no idea. The main lyrics, I knew the chorus, but the other part, I knew Once Upon a Time in a Land Called Fantasy, 17 mountains stood so high.
Mm-hmm.
Past that, I had no idea what he was saying for years. For years. This is a Prince moment I should be ashamed of.
Yes. If I didn't know you well enough, your Prince card would be revoked.
Man, listen.
But I know you've been to Paisley Park.
Man, going again. Got to go again. You know what I'm saying? Got to go again. Shout out to Rosanna. Shout out to Terry. You know what I'm saying? We got to listen.
I was so upset.
Come on, bro.
So upset. I was so upset. This is my Prince story.
Okay.
I was so upset because a friend of mine, Dot Bustelo, worked for Apple TV. She developed a app for Apple TV called Loop.
Okay.
It's basically an art streaming app. And now it's everywhere. It's on Pluto TV. It's everywhere. You can find it anywhere. But and she one of the original developers of Logic, the music software.
This okay.
So she hits me up one night. It's like, yo, we can go catch Prince. I can get us in for $100. See Prince. I shouldn't even be telling the story. I'm gonna get my purple card revoked. Get us in for $100. He's playing tonight at the Tabernacle. 2 shows, but it's just him and the piano.
Yeah.
It's not him and the whole band. It's just him and the piano. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what I was thinking that night, bro. What I was doing. I can just remember thinking, I'm gonna catch him.
This wasn't the last show from the Fox, was it?
I'm going to catch him with the full band.
Yeah.
When he comes back, I'd rather catch him with the full band.
Yeah. That was
yes.
The last show at the Fox is what you're talking about.
The Fox.
Yeah. Bruh.
That's where it was. Yeah, the Fox. So, yeah.
Bruh.
I could have went for $100 and saw Prince's last show ever for $100.
Damn.
This nigga literally gets on a plane, leaves here,
and
dies like 2 days later.
No, rest in peace, man. That's
crazy. And I never
crazy.
got to see this man live, bro.
You know something? I'm gonna tell you. And I saw Prince about 10 times live, right? I saw him about 10 times. One time, and I was talking about 10
That's how
times.
you gonna smash it? Like that?
I'm a
You
fan,
gonna Shaq? No, you gonna Shaq Charles Barkley, my ass. Yeah. Well, I've won the championship.
Well, you've been around the world. I ain't been to
I've been there. You haven't.
I'd have been places. But like I ain't been to Greece. I ain't seen. I saw the pyramid in
I ain't
Mexico.
been to Greece yet either.
Oh, where you going? Shit, I'm going. Damn, that I'm shit. We're finna buy some tickets. I'm going. I'm trying to see the rest of the world. But you know what's crazy, man?
I'd trade any one of those trips to see Prince live.
Let me tell you something. One of the times here, it was one of the times it snowed. One of the weird times it snowed, like in March or something like that. It snowed.
In April?
It wasn't April. But he was at, I don't know what it's called. It was called the Swiss Hotel back then. I don't know what it's called now on P Street. He was in there, and he just went to the, snow. And, gosh, man, I think it was Wayne Briggs, I want to say. I think it was him. I was hanging with him, and he said, hey, man, come on, come with me. And I think it was him, man, because this was forever ago. And we got to see him for like 4 or 5 minutes. He just sat and was just kind of like sitting at the piano. And then I think it was too many people or something. He just got up and just darted out. And it was crazy, man, because it was two things. One, I wanted to like just be like, hey, what's up? Get close. Couldn't, of course. And the second thing I didn't realize, because I'm not no tall guy, right? Mm-hmm. He was really small. I was shocked how really, like, not just short, but he was small. I was like, wow, he's really not, because he had to have on, at the time, he was wearing more the wedges. They weren't really the high heels he was wearing at the time. They were like these, like.
The platforms.
Yeah. And I was just shocked, like, wow. But it was like, that was the closest I ever, like, really got to, where I thought I was going to be able to, like, say, what's up.
Yeah.
But I saw Prince, man. You know what happened? Let me tell you. And after we're gonna change this up.
See, I'd have got arrested.
Yeah. Take a chance.
Dart out. He'd had to dart through me.
He had a lot of security dudes though. You wasn't gonna get past some security. You would get the boat. You would have got a bow, man, because he always.
I'd have called a bow, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to make eye contact. One time, I don't even need you to touch you. I just want you to know I want to touch you.
Yeah, just hey, what's up, Reed? What's up? What's up, man? Yeah, I'm saying.
Just want some damn play.
But you know what I got to do? What was crazy? This is about 2 years ago. Me and Jared, shout out to Jared Avalon. We got to see Brown Mark with Maserati.
What?
They were here.
What?
Yeah, man. Oh,
wow,
man. And I tell you want to know what's really
Strong,
yeah.
baby,
When they did 100 miles an hour, bro, I lost it, man. I lost it. And then it was crazy, man. It was crazy. To be there, Brown Mark himself is like up on stage, and I think it was crazy. Two because G Sharp, and Tony Christensen was there. Yo, that's dope. Oh man, what you talking about, bro? What you talking about? When they because Maserati's album is one of my favorite off Paisley Park. I would say I would dare say my favorite non-Prince album.
Wow,
it would be like Maserati, The Family, and whatever else fell after that. I love the Maserati album. I love it.
The Time, ain't it?
But the Time was never on Paisley.
Ooh,
keep in mind, remember, they never were on Paisley because they had broken up by the time he started Paisley Park. Right. Yeah, they broke up.
The Family was the Family first?
Oh, you know what? They did have one album. Pandemonium was on Paisley Park. So
ain't nobody care about Pandemonium.
I don't know, man. Jerk Out, bro. Jerk Out.
Yeah, but
yeah, you might be.
I think they probably had issues with Prince at that point.
Yeah, because Jerk Out is my joint. But that was originally a Maserati song, too. Originally, that was from what's crazy is Maserati was supposed to have Kiss and Jerk Out.
Oh, yeah, I know they took Kiss from him.
Yeah, and then Prince was like, nah. I don't know what happened. But
you ain't about to shine that hard.
Yeah, because Kiss. God, man,
Kiss was his hit.
Man,
for
Kiss.
that period.
I mean,
Kiss
that's
put
his,
him back
I
on
think
the
to
map.
this day, that's his. I don't know. Most
that's
beautiful
one of his
girl.
bigger ones.
Yeah, because it's like When Doves Cry.
Kiss might be one. Kiss is definitely top 3.
Yeah,
of his biggest song.
Yeah, because that song still, man, that song slap right now. If you put it on
Pretty
any
Woman.
club,
Pretty Woman sending over the top.
A DJ could be at any club setting. I don't care if you got hip hop people.
Oh yeah, they jumping on the floor.
Man, please.
They jumping on the floor.
And that bass, man, I don't know what he did back then to make that bass. That man, please.
You know, ain't no bass on that, man.
No, but I'm just saying that the kick.
The engineer just took that.
Yeah.
The engineer took it and ran it through a tape delay.
Yeah, see, Because you're a producer, you know this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
He took it
Y'all
and
see
ran
what
through
happened when you got a
tape
real producer in the building?
No, literally like that. He took the drum sound and he ran the guitar through the same delay.
You know, I read a thing,
and he had it, and he had them synced up, so you can do what's called side chain. So every time the kick hits, like the sound will open up. So literally, he had the kick and the guitar side chain, so the guitar would come in whenever the kick was out. So you can't even play that guitar lick. Like
I've heard that.
It came through multiple actual analog tape delay machines. So it's like
that's insane.
Yeah, you can't even play that.
Yeah, because I have never heard Prince play Kiss twice the same way. Every time I hear Kiss, it sounds different.
You can't play it. Yeah, it's impossible.
I mean, the main riff, the dun 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 dun. Yeah, that I've never heard him do that. Other than I heard it looped once. Yeah,
because you can't. It's unless you're a machine, you can't do that.
Man, that's crazy. Well, look, man, I ain't gonna keep you believe, man. I appreciate your time, bro. Hey, man, I'm dead serious about this.
It's an honor to be here, man. Anytime,
man. Listen, because I'm pulling up to the studio, man. I'm pulling up to I'm gonna be an extra. I'm walking by. I'm doing something. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be the delivery guy.
Come through, man. Come through. Let's get it.
I'm gonna be like, I'm here to bring you this paperwork.
Paging Mr. Herman.
Yeah.
Mr. Herman. You have a
Mr. Herman. That'll be me.
I had you voiced over with James Earl Jones.
Yeah, exactly. Have Samuel L. Jackson. It'd be like it'd be me, but then you hear Samuel Jackson, motherfucker. But all jokes aside, Believe, thank you for giving us your time, man.
Anytime,
y'all. This is the NERDSEXY experience.
NERDSEXY, man. I rock with it, man.
Hey, bro, appreciate it, man. Because it's about to be real. I'm doing some work with this man. Y'all better be paying attention because it's gonna be
Nerd up.
What? The new saying, baby, it's gonna be in your t-shirt next week. Please believe it. All right, y'all. But seriously, thank you for checking in. NETFREQtv. Believe, you'll see his information. It'll be right down there somewhere. It'll be there.
Find me down there.
It'll be his information. Y'all can find him online. It's been another NERDSEXY evening. Y'all have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Black History Month. Learn something this month. I hope you learned something from our power because I definitely learned something from Brother Believe. Peace, love, nerd up.
Nerd up.